Gettysburg College for another edition of Facebook Live. We're glad you can join us once again. My name is Braden Snyder, and this morning we're going to talk baseball. We're joined by a couple of co-captains from the Gettysburg College baseball team. The Bullets are coming off a season in which they finished 24-17-1 and reached the Centennial Conference playoffs for the third time in 4 years last season. They opened their season on Sunday at St. Mary. So once again, seated to my far left is Will Anderson. Will is a senior from Long Valley, New Jersey. He's entering his fourth year with the team and is a 2-year starter at catcher. He has made his mark as one of the team's top offensive performers during his career, and last season he batted .348 while leading the team in home runs, total bases, and slugging percentage in the classroom. Will is an organization and management studies major and business minor. Seated to my left is Eric Brown. He's a senior from Marriottsville, Maryland. He is in his fourth year with the team and is one of the team's most experienced pitchers. He's coming off a season in which he finished 4-4 with a 3.31 ERA while leading the team off the field as well, capturing COSIDA academic all-district honors as a mathematical economics major and business minor. So welcome, Eric. Welcome, Will. Thanks for taking your time out on a Friday morning to join us and talk about the upcoming baseball season. First of all, I don't know if you want to talk about the season to date. Practice started, I believe, February 1st, and have had over a month now to be with the team. So what's practice? What's the preseason looked like so far?
I think we've had a really successful preseason thus far. It's just all about bringing the guys together. We have a lot of new guys, so really just getting everyone on the same page and growing as a team. I think everyone's really worked hard so far, and we're putting together a pretty successful preseason.
Yeah, just going off with what Eric said, we got a really strong senior class with 8 seniors this year, and our goal was to kind of show the freshmen the ropes here and produce a winning team come Sunday.
Yeah, the weather's been in your favor so far. It was a abnormally warm February, and I was told you guys were able to get out, you can get a scrimmage in so far. What's that been like?
That was incredible so far. To get out and play baseball before our first game was just unreal. To get out of the field house for a little bit and be able to long toss and open up our arms was great.
Yeah, this is my first time in 4 years that we've been able to get out on the field before our first game, so it was a little bit different, but hopefully we get that extra time to prepare and it pays off come Sunday.
Yeah, absolutely. And speaking of Sunday, we mentioned the team plays its season opener at St. Mary's on Sunday. You're also scheduled to play or visit Hood and Stevenson next week, weather permitting, of course. But the season really gets going for the baseball team in earnest, I would say, during your spring break trip to Florida. You're there this season, March 12th through the 18th. You play 10 games over 7 days. So really, the team really gets a chance to get broken in, and really a lot of players get a chance to make an impact. But both of you have taken part in this trip last 3 years. Can you talk about what that experience is like, getting down in warm weather and really getting a lot of games in?
For me, it's the best time of the year. We get to go down. A lot of times up here there's snow on the ground, so you start driving down to Florida and you see the snow start to disappear, and then you get down and you get to be on the green grass, and like you said, we play 10 games in 12 days, or 7 days, so it really stretches our pitching staff, and we get to get a lot of experience with the guys, and especially this year with the freshman class, everyone will kind of find their spot and we'll fill a lot of holes.
Just basically reiterating what Eric said, play a lot of games in a short amount of time. It's a good opportunity to see where we're at as a team, iron out some positions in the field, maybe some spots in the lineup. But the main goal of Florida is to prepare ourselves for conference play when we get back up north, because that's what counts.
Yeah, it's interesting. A lot of times on your trip there, you see teams that you normally wouldn't see. Just looking at your schedule, teams like Bethany from West Virginia, Eastern Nazarene from Massachusetts, Norwich from Vermont, Kenyon from Ohio. You also have Messiah on that on the list this year from right up the road, so half-hour away. Yet you be seeing them in Florida, so that's always kind of interesting who you end up seeing there in Florida. Teams from near and far. Turning to the team this year, Eric, we'll talk about the pitching staff first. Team didn't graduate a single pitcher from last year's team, and you bring back 3 pitchers who started 10 games apiece last year, which including you, senior Rich Power, and junior Brad DiMartino. There are 6 additional pitchers who also returned this year to really round out a really deep and talented pitching staff. So Eric, I don't know, can you talk about how important it is really to have an experienced pitching staff at this level on Division III college baseball?
I think it's huge. We have great depth in the pitching staff, like you said, and also we're able to teach some of the young guys kind of the ropes. And so when you have that kind of experience, you have guys that can go out on day 1, 2, and 3 and hopefully give you a quality start and understand that we just need to throw strikes and we need to get ahead of guys and just understand how to pitch. Like you said, the 3, myself, Brad, and Rich, have really thrown a lot of innings throughout our career, so we have that experience. And then guys like Chase Stopper and Aaron Bazzaio have all been in, a lot of games and have a lot of experience also. So it's just huge for us. And unfortunately, we lost one of our really good freshman arms from last year, Johnny Bray. He had surgery, so that's definitely a big loss for us. But we have a few more freshmen that can come in and throw some innings this year, and hopefully have even more success.
And turning to the offense, we'll have you talk about this. The team really does bring back some talented and experienced performers at the plate. Junior third baseman Logan Sneed is back after hitting over 400 in his first year as a starter last season. We mentioned the season you had, Will. Senior outfielder Chuck Probst returns after batting .338. Senior outfielder Connor Tom comes back, a 2-year starter who batted nearly 400 2 years ago. So can you just talk about kind of what we should expect to see out of the offense this year?
And we've got a good core group of guys back. We're going to be young in spots, probably have 3 or 4 first-year starters or freshmen in the lineup this year. But I think we have the most athletic and versatile lineup I think I've seen in my 4 years here. We got that combination of speed and power, so it should be fun to watch this season.
And as the team has prepared for the upcoming season, has there been discussion of what the team's goals are for this year? What you guys want to accomplish on the season?
I think our main goal that's been discussed every time is to win a conference championship. We have never won a Centennial Conference championship at Gettysburg College, and so that's really what we have our sights set on. But early on, it's to grow as a team, to go down to Florida and get a little bit better every day, and then from there go into our out-of-conference schedule when we get back and grow into our conference schedule so that we can be successful there.
Yeah, we just got to take one game at a time, not trying to look too far ahead, but our ultimate goal is to win conference, and that's been our goal since we were freshmen, and we haven't been able to do that yet, but I think this year we have a good shot at doing it.
I just want to touch real briefly on the freshman class and how you think that the freshmen will impact the team this year. I was talking with Coach Campo earlier this week about the team, and it sounds like several first years could see some playing time right away, especially in the infield. So from what you've seen so far, can you talk about the first year class?
Yeah, we're definitely going to need them to step up. They're going to be filling some big spots for us in the infield, and they're also extremely athletic. We have 3 or 4 guys that can really play, and so I think, like Will said earlier, we do have one of the most athletic teams that we've had in our 4 years, and so that's going to be huge for us. We know that there's going to be a few bumps in the road having that many freshmen play, but we're just going to take it one game at a time and hope for them to play a big role.
Yeah, I mean, just reiterating what Eric said, they have a lot of raw skills and a lot of talent, so the key is going to be just to mold them a little bit so we can put it all together come conference play and hopefully make a run.
Just taking a step back, we talked about this year's team, but Looking back to when the two of you came here to Gettysburg as freshmen, you were part of just an outstanding team that was led by a tremendous group of seniors. The team ended up finishing 33-8, set the school record for victories, finished first in the Centennial Conference, hosted the conference tournament here at Gettysburg. I'm just curious, as freshmen, how that group of seniors might have impacted you. Will, I'll ask you first.
Yeah, I mean, we had the honor to play with probably one of the best teams in Gettysburg College history and the most talented players I've seen in my 4 years here. They were, as a whole, they were great leaders on and off the field. The big thing is they taught me personally how to be a college baseball player and how to handle myself. And I think that's something that I want to set as an example for the young guys coming in, that the culture of winning. I think those guys my freshman year really emphasized that, and I think that should help us this year.
Now, Eric, you've had some outstanding pitchers as teammates during your career here. Eric Hungerford, Drew Felsenthal, Luke Lawrence, just to name a few. In what ways do you think they've impacted you in your development as a college baseball player?
Well, like Will said, I mean, they've really helped me to learn how to be a college pitcher. They taught me some valuable lessons about how to pitch, what pitches to throw in different counts, and just how to handle myself on and off the mound. And so I think that was the biggest thing for me. They also taught me how to handle myself off the field. And especially Luke and I, we were really close, so I think I learned a lot of valuable lessons from him as well.
Yep. Just wrapping things up here. One last thing I think I'd like to ask. What would you say in general is your favorite thing about being a member of the Gettysburg College baseball team, or even as being a student here at Gettysburg College? What are some of your favorite things here at Gettysburg as a student athlete or a student?
I think as far as a student athlete, just being around the guys. I've built some tremendous friendships and friendships that'll last a lifetime, all the way from freshman year. That senior class included us right away, and so we felt like we were part of the team. And then all the way up till present, the senior class that we had this year is every single guy is one of my best friends. And so I think for me that's my favorite thing about being part of the team and being at Gettysburg.
Yeah, like Eric said, we're all really close. For me, my favorite thing is getting to lace them up every day and going out and compete with my buddies. That's something I'm going to miss in a couple of months here, but I'm just going to try to take it one day at a time and make the most of it. Hopefully we can finally get over the hump and win the conference this year.
All right. Well, once again, ladies and gentlemen, Eric Brown and Will Anderson of the Gettysburg College baseball team, thanks so much, Eric and Will, for taking out your time here this morning and talking about the season. Best of luck this year, starting on Sunday. Again, ladies and gentlemen, the Bullets will be opening their season on Sunday when they visit St. Mary's in a non-conference game starting at 1:30. And following the team's spring break trip, the Bullets will play their home opener March 22nd when they take on Penn State Altoona at the newly renovated Kirchhoff Field. If you haven't seen the field lately, be sure to stop on by it. Almost looks like a brand new facility with new bleachers. Press box has been installed, which will allow us to live stream some games this year for the first time. New netting backstop has also been added, and we certainly would like to thank all of the donors and for their generous support in making the upgrades possible. So thank you once again for following along here on Facebook Live this morning, and go Bullets.